Mhm. You know what, Janet? I have. It was very traumatic, and the man was an absolute psychopath. Why do you ask? Oh boy, yes. Buckle up, everybody. And I'm Rachel. Mhm. Mhm. Yes. Absolutely, Janet. So the mini series Vanished, was released in February 2026, and it centers on Alice Munro, who is an American archaeologist and travels to France to meet her boyfriend, Tom Parker, during their long distance relationship. While traveling by train to the south of France, Tom unexpectedly vanishes without a trace, launching Alice into a desperate search to find him. As she digs deeper, she discovers that the man she thought she knew may have been hiding a secret life connected to crime and international intrigue. Her investigation pulls her into a web of lies, hidden identities, and dangerous conspiracies, forcing Alice to question everyone around her and even her own safety. Dun dun dun. Yes. Her own safety. So the main cast and characters, you've got Kaley Cuoco is Alice Monroe. She's the archaeologist. Then you've got Sam Claflin, who plays Tom Parker, who is Alice's boyfriend that disappears, blah, blah, blah. Then you've got Matthias Schweighofer. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly. And he plays Alex Durand. He is part of Tom's like company. Like Tom works for a what are they? Like a nonprofit organization that helps people in like war torn areas. So like there's parts of the show where he's in like Syria helping refugees and stuff like that. So Alex Durand, the character, is like Tom Parker's boss or colleague or something. Yeah. Then there's Karen Viard, and she plays Helene Londo, who is a journalist. And she meets Alice, played by Kaylee, on the train right after Tom disappears. So they become connected that way. And it turns out she had been digging into Tom's past, and then we've got Simon Abkarian. Abkarian? I don't know if how that's how you pronounce it, but he is Inspector Drax. He is the French investigator connected to the case, and like he's who Alice goes to report that her boyfriend's missing. And then you've got Zuzovsky. Zuzovsky. That's played by Mira Mazarow. I don't know. And she is linked to the larger conspiracy surrounding Tom. Okay, so those are your main people there. Say things, Janet. Go. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well known. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's been in a lot of stuff. Hold on, let me pull his thing up because, um, I mean, he's a handsome dude. Blah blah blah. He was born in Ipswich, England. Hold, um, where's his film stuff? He was in the Hunger Games. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean, Snow White and the Huntsman. He was kind of the bad guy in the Hunger Games. He was in Peaky Blinders. Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. Count of Monte Cristo miniseries, Daisy Jones and the Six. Anyways, yeah, Alice. Let's stay with the names, Janet. Gil. Fair. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Correct. Mm-hmm. Because he gets a phone call. Mm-hmm. Correct. Was he kidnapped? Right, because how do you disappear from a train? Yeah. 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 Well, it did. Yes. Yeah. But he did. Okay, spoiler alerts, everybody. Okay, the train paused for a second, and he jumped off not at a stop because yes, because they stopped briefly, and like she took a picture of this bridge that was really pretty right there. And then the train kept going and she was like, "Oh, okay." And then she sits down and she ends up falling asleep, which same girl. I can nap anywhere and I would definitely nap on a train. And when she wakes up, he's not there. And by that point, they had stopped at a stop while she was asleep. So the people on the train try to be like, "Oh, he probably got off at that stop." And she's like, "But why would he do that?" No, his passport wasn't in there. He did have yeah, he had other stuff in there, but his passport was not in there. So she was like, "What the fuck?" Um, yeah, so then she's trying to unravel this mystery. She meets Helene, who's the journalist. Basically, while not Kaylee, Alice, Kaylee's character. I did it. While she's running up and down the train looking for him, that's when this Helene, the journalist, is like, "Hey, can I help you?" kind of thing. And she gives her card and like offers to um take her to the police station when they stop at the whatever and blah blah blah. Um and of course Alice is like, "I don't need your help," but then she does. So she does later call Helene. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the way that they set up the show, you're not really sure who's a good guy or a bad guy pretty much the whole time until it's revealed, until the end. Yeah, because the more she keeps digging, like there's murder, there's a guy chasing her, there's all kinds of shit. So She doesn't know who she could trust. She's almost killed a few times. It was a lot. Mhm. Mhm. Right. Yes. And Alice has long hair, and then towards the end of the episode, there's only 4 episodes. I don't remember if it was the 3rd or 4th episode. She finally cuts her hair, and Helene says to her, "Now no one will recognize you." And I was like, "Bitch, she still has the same face." What a stupid thing to say. Yeah, like, "Oh, because you cut your hair." Girl, wear a prosthetic nose or something. Your face still looks the same. That's so dumb. Because and the reason why she needed to change her appearance is because the train conductor was murdered, and the police think that Alice might have done it because she had gone to the train conductor's house to, like, ask him questions because he was acting suspiciously, and she found him dead. So, they've got her, like, wanted picture out in, like, the towns, and she sees it on the TV a couple times, and the police are chasing her a couple times and whatever. So yeah, then she cuts her hair and she's like, "No one will know who I am now." Like, what? Yeah, it's bonkers, bonkers. She may as well have just put frameless lensless glasses on, and no one would have known who she was. Oh, so dumb. And then I said to Janet before we started recording that one of the things that I could not stop laughing about was the way that Alice Kaley Cuoco was running in this show. The way that that woman runs reminds me of how Phoebe runs on Friends. And it okay, you need to go back and look, or I'll send you. We'll post. You know what, everybody? We are starting up our TikTok of Should I Watch That? And I am going to find a clip and I am going to put a clip of Kaylee Cuoco running in this show. Because I just kept thinking to myself, she can't run very fast if that is her running form. Okay, she's running like half sideways when she's trying to go straight. It just is the most inefficient running gait I've ever seen and just reminds me of Phoebe. So, I couldn't stop staring at that. And spoiler, it all ends up being about human trafficking. So, the company that Tom works for turns out is trafficking people. They're not a the humanitarian thing is a cover for trafficking people. Humans, they are rude. So rude. Mean. Why would you do that to humans? Which is also very poignant because we are finding out now in the real world that we people are trafficking humans and eating babies and all the things. So, you know, I can't. Can't in the world right now. Mhm. Yes. You tuck your thumb. Yeah, that's it. Not just that you're being trafficked, just that you need help. and and I'll post a video of this too. So basically you hold your hand up like a high five, you tuck your thumb into your palm, and then you close your fingers over your thumb. So you're basically like kind of making a fist, and that's like the sign, the hand sign that you're supposed to make if you're in trouble and need help. So if you see someone making that hand sign, you help them. We help people. Correct. Bad. That's yeah. Yeah, I was like, girl. She was really like romanticizing him. She's like, he would never do that, Helene. And Helene's like, bitch, he is doing that. Oh, it was so stupid. Um, and then okay, again, we're gonna spoil the ending. Should we, Janet? We may as well. Okay. Yeah. Um, so I wrote these in my notes. So the last episode, okay, uh, basically they get the bad guys, okay? They get the traffickers, and then Tom reveals that he's actually a spy. He was like undercover trying to like nail the human traffickers or nail them. You know what I mean? Trying to get the human traffickers. So that's what I wrote. Last episode and I'm screaming. Turns out Tom is a spy? Question mark. Now he's trying to win her back after faking his own kidnapping or whatever he did. I was like, "Excuse me?" Mhm. 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 Yes. Right. Yeah. Oh, the gaslighting was gassing, you guys. I I was like, uh, so you've lied to her for years. First of all, they had been together for like 4 years or something, right? So you lied to her for 4 years and then or was it longer? However long, it doesn't matter. And then you expect her to just like take you back and live happily ever after? Absolutely not, sir. And then she went and to the bed with him and they did bed things. And I was screaming. I was like, "Girl, if you take this man back, I swear I will implode. I will implode. My body will I will." Oh, but it turns out after she beds him and does the bed things, while he's sleeping, she leaves and leaves him a note. And I wrote in my notes, at least she left him a fucking note. He could have left her a goddamn note. um, but she does I agree. But she said in her note, "At least I'm leaving you a note." And I was like, "You showed him, Alice. No, you didn't. You didn't show him shit. He's probably gonna go do this to the next woman, okay?" Oh my god, I was so mad at that ending. I was like, I I mean, I don't blame her for doing the bad things, you know? You gotta I would take advantage of that too. He's a very attractive man. But, yeah, me no likey. I was like, "Absolutely not." Yeah. She was very determined. And as an archaeologist, she's smart. I don't think that there are any stupid archaeologists out there. Okay? You have to be smart, okay? And he's gaslighting her so bad. And it's like, "Sir, she's too smart for your shenanigans." No. She needs to, so I'm glad that at the end she walked away from that, but who knows? Maybe with her what gosh. Well, you know what? The prince didn't recognize Cinderella without her dress on. He had to try shoes on everybody. Just like Prince Eric didn't recognize Ariel because she wasn't a mermaid. With legs. It- right. Yeah, your face and hair didn't change at all, but I don't recognize you at all because of the legs. Mhm. Well, it's definitely a wig. Not a very good not a very good wig at that. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I do like her as a blonde. It seems more natural on her than the dark. But as an archaeologist, the woman's maybe don't care as much about what their hair looks like. She had that she had that boho, I don't wear deodorant vibe for a lot of the show episodes, whatever we're talking about. Which is fine. That's my vibe too, girl. Um, but maybe stay blonde. Just saying. Invest in some highlights. I don't shave mine very often, so I'm not gonna go there with her, but hey, Tom liked it. Oh my god. So I won't go on a rant like I did with the last episode of War Machine, but I will say that human trafficking is bad and people should stop doing that. And Janet, should I watch that? Should I watch Vanished the miniseries on MGM Plus? Oh, sure. Mhm. Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm gonna go no. No, her running really bothered me a lot. And the ending really bothered me too. So I would say don't waste your time. It's 4 episodes too many. But I will echo what Janet said. I do like Kaley Cuoco. I think she did fine in the role. Um, I think she's a decent actress. I wasn't mad about it, but I just didn't particularly like the show. I don't know. I won't watch it again, I'll tell you that. I almost wish I hadn't watched it the first time. Well, I mean, but you don't like all the things I pick either, so let's be fair. Never. A yes and a no. Well, to your ear holes. That's our new favorite line. I don't know if anybody noticed. Well, everybody, thank you for listening. Don't go watch that show. Janet says you should, but I say you shouldn't, and you should always listen to me, not her. Okay, bye.